Hello? If you can hear me, please type in yes. If you can hear me, please type in yes so that we can start off, please. Okay, so let's start off. So we're starting off as always with the dollar index. I need to get an idea of how the dollar index closed on the daily. And from what we can see, the dollar index seems to have closed a bit bullish today. It has moved above his moving averages. And if we check it here also, we can see he has broken above this supply area. So which invariably means that his next level is this point and this point. So knowing that, we go down to our intraday chart, and with that information, what will happen is I would need to redo the entire chart. So we go back to our 4 hour. We have our first level of support coming in here. Our second level of support coming in here. Then if we look at this pair, our level of resistance, first level of resistance is coming in at that end. I'll change the color. Then the other level of resistance is coming in here. So this is the situation we have for now on the dollar index. So there is a potential that it may dip a bit. So we may see something like this. Given the close of today, we may see something like this, a pullback here and a move higher. That's what we might see on the dollar index. That's what we might see on the dollar index. So the next pair we'll be moving over, excuse me, is gold. Excuse me. And if you look at gold, just like I had said yesterday, that this 50 moving average might be a sort of a challenge to it. And as you can see, price has dropped from that level, giving up almost this bearish engulfing candle. If I go down to this other chart, gold is currently sitting on a support kind of like structure. So this is where gold currently is for now. So a move below 1277 on gold may send it lower. But if we observe, this is a bearish momentum candle. It's an anchor, and the thing with anchors is that the open price of an anchor more often is a support. So that comes in at 1273. So knowing that, we go over to our gold chart, and as we can see, oh, sorry about that. Let me see. As we can see, excuse me, trying to set this up. There is a trend line running somewhere from here. Let me go back to the daily. Go back to the daily. As you can see, this trend line is running all the way from up here, from down here, I mean. And if we go down to the 4-hour, this is a false break. This is a false break, and as you can see, price is still respecting that trend line and this support structure. So now, what we might most likely have is this prior support will become resistant. Then we have another resistance at no, we don't have another. No, we have one here. We have another resistance at this level and this falling trend line. So these are the levels we still have on gold. Not much of them broken that much. The trend line is still holding. So if this holds like this, we'll hope to see if price moves back above this 1280.33, then we may move higher. But if it can't go above this level, then we know that price is going to drop lower on gold. So after that, the next pair we'll be looking at is the USDCHF. And if you look at the USDCHF, USDCHF has closed a bit bullish, as you can see. So it's closed a bit bullish, but he now has a bit of a challenge. He has the daily 13 and the daily 55 all at the same area. So this in mind, let me see if I have, well, it's obvious. You can see what happened. Broke above, dipped back into test and moved up. So now we go down to the 4-hour chart. Based on that, I would need to redo almost the entire chart. So looking at this chart now, my first level of resistance is coming in at where price is currently because of these levels here. Second resistance is coming in here at this upper area. Then my support, first level of support is coming in here at this point. Second level of support coming in here, while the third level of support is coming in here. So that's the scenario we have on the USDCHF. But now price is trying to make a move higher. Price is trying to make a move higher. Above 1.0097 may send price towards, then we may see price head up towards this area. Sorry. So we may see price head up towards this area first. So that's the scenario we have on the USDCHF. That's the situation we have on the USDCHF. This is its first support coming in at 1.0056, and this is its resistance. So you just have to wait to see if it comes down to this area and this area holds as support, it may go up. If it comes here and here holds as resistance, it may come down. But remember, this point is where you have the 13 from the daily and the 55 all lined up. So with that, we go over to our next pair. Next pair we'll be looking at is the EURUSD. Go to the EURUSD. Look at the EURUSD. I see he dropped after giving off this kind of an inside candle kind of formation. It dropped down. So the next scenario we look at is I go to my EURUSD chart. As you can see, rejected from here and dropped. So the scenario now is we might see a bit of a pullback on the EURUSD. Let me get rid of this. So as I said, it may drop and bounce. You can see it dropped and broke below. So this first level of support is going to become our resistance here. And these other levels are still in play. So now the scenario we have is something like this. We have a scenario that looks like this. If price runs up into here and this place holds as resistance, then we may see into that area, then we may see price run down a bit. That's just the scenario. Or we may see price drop straight down into this area. If we find support, then we may see move up. So that is it for the EURUSD. For now, it's more tilted to the downside, excuse me, than to the upside. So next pair we'll be looking at is GBPUSD. Looking at the GBPUSD on the daily, we closed bearish. Closed bearish and seems to have closed below the open price of this bullish anchor kind of candle here. But this morning star formation is still holding, which may hold and may not hold. And see, price has broken below the 61.8, so we might see a bit lower drop. So I go to this chart. As you can see, price is deep in so I'm a bit tired. So price is in this area now. As you can see, rejected from 2683. So if I go down to the chart, GBPUSD chart, let's see now. Price dropped down here. That was initial analysis. It dropped, spiked up, but now we may be seeing price come down towards this level. From all indications, that's where we might be seeing price come down towards. So let me see. Yep, this level here is going to become a resistance. Then this high here is going to become a resistance. So we're looking at price drop down into this area. That's where we might be seeing price drop down into tomorrow. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the EURGBP. Looking at the EURGBP, it's having a sort of, it's a doji, an indecision candle, and it's still sitting below the 61.8 of this high to this low here. It has an indecision candle. If I go down to this other chart, it's still sitting below a major. As you can see, it is being severally rejected from this 88.40 area, as you can see. So he's between these two zones. Knowing that, go down to our intraday chart. So still the same thing. Still the same scenario. Nothing has changed. Resistance, support. So this is no man's land. It's always advisable not to take a trade in no man's land. You wait for price either here or at the bottom. So that out of the way, the next pair I'll be looking at is the GBPCHF. Well, GBPCHF is still a bit under pressure. Still a bit under pressure. As you can see, it did rally a bit today, but closing it has given bearish engulfing dark cloud cover. So most likely on this pair, we may see a move lower. We may see a move lower on this pair, or we have this. So we may see it come down here and move higher. So knowing that, go down to our chart, and just like it, voila, as you can see, we respected our resistance. I said from here up here. It did as if it broke this level. So on this pair, we're still good. All we just need to do is we might shift this support a bit down here. Somebody is drawing on my chart. Please, could we not draw on my chart, please? Thank you. So we might see a move down on this pair. That's what we might see. We might see a move down on this pair. So after the GBPCHF, the next pair of looking at is the AUDUSD. Next pair we're looking at is the AUDUSD. So look at the AUDUSD. You can see this level here. This is not good. 3 weeks to the high. But this level here, let me change it to support. This level here at 0.6916 is still holding. So a move below here will signal bearish bias on this pair. That's the AUDUSD. So let's look up at the AUDUSD. So basically, it's sitting inside this zone. Sitting inside this zone. Go down to our intraday chart. Go down to our intraday chart. Yep, just like I said. Let me get rid of this. Oh, let's read the back trend line. Read the back trend line. So looking at this pair now. You're looking at this pair, he's still below this zone. Still below this zone. So basically, this level still holds. It's not yet been broken. It's still not yet been broken. Resistance 69.32, support 69.07. That's just it. If it gets here and gives you bearish evidence, you sell. But kind of like it's just cringing. It's just cringing. That's where I see it. It's just cringing. So the pair might, we could say he's in a range position. Next pair we'll be looking at is the USDJPY. Looking at the USDJPY from a daily point of view, you might be looking a closed bearish, but we might be looking at a sort of a double bottom formation here. That's what we might be looking at. Let me get rid of this. We might be looking at a sort of a double bottom formation here, as on this USDJPY. So let me look at this over here. Okay, this over here. This trend line broken, price has not gone back above it. You can see it was rejected from there today. And there is support coming in at 109.24 to 109.02. So go over to my intraday chart. Look at my intraday chart. Let me get rid of this. the resistance held. Let's see, the resistance held. Let me get rid of this blue point line. The resistance held. So these levels, the price is still holding our levels here. 109.56, 109.26. So I might just need to shift this a bit to accommodate the low of today, and voila, we're still in business. Our resistance is holding. We have a new support zone. Now we have a zone here. We have a support zone here. We have a support zone here. Proximity of the two lines to each other. We have a support zone here. So a move above will send him higher, and the move below might take him low. But this is a key support level here. This is a key support. Below here, and price will drop way down. So the next pair we'll be looking at is USD yen. Euro yen. Euro yen did drop today. And the daily closed as a bearish candle, but into an area of support. I think it's prior here. Yeah, this was prior resistance. Price broke above it. It did a retest here, a sharp one, and spiked back up, and that's where price is at the moment. So if I go in and check it from this end, price is sitting above the support. Check this here. As you can see, there is this falling trend line here. Price is directly on it and at this low. So for now, let me get rid of this. I can't see on this pair, but one thing I know for now is that it is in a downtrend. It's in a downtrend. I think it's a long term, yes, it's a long term trend line. So two things. If this trend line gives way, it's coming down here. But if this trend line holds, we may see a move back up to this upper trend line. And if price goes above this upper trend line, then we may see this high here. We may see price get to this high. So that is it for Euro Yen. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Pound Yen. Looking at the Pound Yen, yeah, Pound Yen is most likely heading lower. See the way it's closed on the daily. Look at it here. But it's closing into a kind of please, are we having issues with hearing me? If you can hear me clearly, please type in yes. If you can hear me clearly, please type in yes. If somebody is saying they can't hear me, if you can hear me, please type in yes. Let me have your yes, please, so that I know if it's my internet connection. If you can hear me, please type in yes. If you can hear me, please type in yes. If you can't hear me, let me have your no. If you can hear me, please type in yes. Okay, thank you all. So we continue. So for this Pound Yen, definitely he is at what might look like a double bottom. So let me just get into my chart and have a better view of it. So this is what I have here. Like I said, if he breaks here, as you can see, he seems to have broken it. Now the question is, we might be looking at a double bottom here, because this low, there's a tendency it might give it. We might be looking at price coming down here. That level might give it. So we might be looking at price coming to 137.46. If it rallies a bit, so If we release a bit, so that done, our first level of resistance comes in around here. First level of resistance comes in around here. So my C price, this level needs to give way for price to go lower. So if it breaks, wait for the retest and they move lower, because you don't want to get trapped here. You do not wish to get trapped at this level. That's what you need to have at the back of your mind. Let me see if I have a falling trend line here. Let me see. Yep, we have something here. We have something here. So you do not want to get caught at this level on the wrong side. So you just need to keep that at the back of your mind if you're taking a trade around here. So this level here might need to go to, this is where we have our resistance. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the EURAUD. Looking at the EURAUD, this pair, time is almost up. This time is coming to an end. As you can see, the daily has closed as a bearish engulfing. But the challenge is this: 6101 needs to give way. This level here needs to give way. If this level doesn't give way, the EURAUD might still pack some very nasty surprises. So let me go over to its chart. As you can see, but this is storyline there. This trend line, price has broken it. Let me get rid of all this so that we can see. Just like I said, break retest. This is a retest, as you can see. That's a retest. But the challenge now is where price is coming into, because we have a support somewhere here. We have a support somewhere here. That was where price sprang up from the last time. And that's where price is currently sitting at now. So we may see one more move up before we get a massive move to the downside, because for now it is sitting at a support. So you might break lower, I can't see, or it might move up, then drop further down. And as you notice, the Euro USD closed a bit to the downside, so that might make this pair move up a bit before dropping. So the next pair I'm looking at is the GBPAUD. We need to see how it closed on the daily. The GBPAUD on the daily closed a bit bearish. Yes. They are sticking out this level here. They are sticking out this level. So what does that imply? Let me see. I'm a bit careful trying to trade this pair, because should the EURGBP start to head south, this pair will not drop any further. That's part of my concern with the GBP pairs at this moment. That's part of my concern with the GBP pairs. So this is what we have here. You can see this is what we have here. So that's part of my concern with the GBP pairs for now. The EURGBP is threatening to drop a bit further. So on this pair, it's very simple. If he pulls back to this place and gets rejected, then you may see him come back. But don't forget, we have from here to here in place. So you just need to be careful with this pair. So the next pair I'll be looking at is USDCAD on the daily. So the USDCAD now is at its upper resistance area. Is at the lower end. Is at the lower end of its resistance, closed very, very bullish. You can see very, very bullish. Close very, very bullish into this area. So let me see if I have any marking up on this. Well, as you can see, from this point in times past, it has always dropped. From this point in times past, it's always dropped, and I think we have a trend line from. I have a trend line from. Oh, the mouse is seeming to have a mind of its own. We have something like this. So we need to see what happens here on this pair. So knowing that, I go down to our USD chart. Just like I said, it's either he breaks down or he breaks up. So seems he has broken to the top side. Let me get rid of all this directional bias. So where price is currently now, where price is currently now is from here to here. So we might see price, this level would become a support level. Then we would have another support level here. Then this support level, I might need to move it up a bit to this point. So that's just basically what we have here. So if it fails at this point, he may come down in here to find support. And should he find support at this point, he may move higher. But as long as this trend line is not broken, if it breaks above this trend line, it still has this resistance zone. So we just need to be a bit careful. So for now, you can't engage a buy here. You would wait for him to pull back a bit. If it gives you bullish evidence, then you execute the buy. But for now, taking a buy at that point would not be a good idea. The next pair we'll be looking at is the US GBP CAD. GBP CAD is still below this trend line. It's still below that trend line, and for now, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So that's just about it for the pairs. Anybody with any question as to regards any pair you would want me to look at that I didn't discuss before we call it a night? Anybody with any question and any pair you would want me to look at before we call it a night? So, in the absence of any question, I think I will be calling it. Oh, somebody is asking a question. USDCAD. USDCAD. Someone is asking, I repeat, USDCAD. USDCAD is sitting at a resistance area. If this trend line is not broken, and even if it is broken, you need to be careful to avoid a false break. Because if I look at USDCAD here, at this point, whenever price gets in here, he always drops. And he's at that same area. So if you engage a buy here, you might be asking for trouble. The best bet is to wait for the pullback. If it pulls back, then you engage your long. So I think we'll be calling it the night. I'll be posting the link in your group, so you can watch it if you missed it or there's a part you want to watch it. So thank you all for coming and wish you all a blessed and beautiful trading day ahead. Thank you.